Hey there, this is a question for Math 120. This is 5.2, number 18 from the MyMathLab homework. I'm not going to do the problem assigned, I'm going to do this example problem, and in so doing, hopefully, you will all be able to follow along. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to get rid of these outer powers, the -4, the 2, and the -2. They're gumming up the whole process here. So I'm going to take the time to distribute every one of those powers. So that makes it 5 to the -4, u to the -8 because you multiply those, v to the -12. Remember the powers. For the big coefficient numbers, you just distribute, like 2 to the 2 or something like that. And then for the powers like the v, you multiply. 3 times 2 makes 6. Oops, I did it right. Made a mistake right there. It's 8, right? -4 times 2 is 8. Then 5 to the -2, u to the -4, v to the 6. Cool, right? Because -3 times -2 is 6. All right, then hold on, let me align this. Okay. Now, anything with a negative power needs to move. So once you've gotten rid of these outer parentheses powers, then the negative powers that you have to get shifted. So for example, this 5 to the 4 has to come down. The u to the 8 has to come down. The v to the 12 has to come down. The other u to the 8 has to come down. The 2 to the 2 stays up because it's got a positive power, and the v to the 6 stays up because it's got a positive power. Then we move down here. So I dealt with all these guys from the top so far. Now I'm going to go down here. The 5 to the 2 is going to go up. The u to the 4 is going to go up. But the v to the 6 is going to stay down because it already has a positive power. So positive powers stay where they're at. Negative powers move. All right, now you've gotten rid of all your parentheses. That's this step right here. And now you've gotten rid of all your negative powers. So at this point, you just need to mush together everything that's a number and everything that's a power. So let's think. 2 times 2, right? 2 to the 2 is 4. And then let's see. 5 to the 2 is 25. So I'll just do 25 here. 25. V to the 6 is v to the 6. U to the 4 is u to the 4. Done with that. In the bottom, 5 to the 4 is 625. Let's see what else we got. Okay, I got a u to the 8 and another u to the 8, which would make u to the 16 down here, right? And then I've got a v to the 12 and a v to the 6. So that's v to the 18 because you add those powers, right? You multiply them when they're with parentheses like this, and you add them like this. So 12 plus 8 makes 18. Or excuse me, 12 plus 6 makes 18. All right, at this point, we can start reducing. 25 goes into 625, 25 times if I'm not mistaken. So this is 4 over 25, and we're done with the numbers now. Now the v's. You've got 6 v's on top, and you've got 18 v's on bottom, right? So that means that 6 of them are going to cancel and leave you 12 left over because 18 take away 12 is 6. So, and the bigger one's on the bottom. So I'm going to have 12 left over on the bottom. By the same token, the u's. I've got 16 down here, 4 up here. 16 take away 4 is 12, and the larger amount of them is on the bottom. So it's going to be like that. And that's your answer. Now let's check ourselves over here. Yep, that's what they claim the answer is too. Boy, I love it when it works like that. Okay, so let's recap. You use the multiplying thing, right? 5 to the 4, u to the -8, right? Because 2 times -4 is -8. You distribute all your powers. Then you shift all the negative powers, around and leave the positive powers where they are. Like this v to the 6 stays right here, v to the 6. Then you just push your v's and u's together if you have any. Like I pushed this u to the 8 and this u to the 8 together to make u to the 16 and so on. Reduce the numbers just like you would normal fractions, and then reduce the variables with the subtraction property, like 16 take away 4 is 12, and put them where they belong, and that's it. You're done. All right, I hope that helps. Talk to you later.